What is going on, party people? Good morning, chat. How's everyone doing on this fine Wednesday morning? I'm doing all right. I think I got some kind of food poisoning. I spent the first couple hours this morning hurling into the can. I know, probably TMI, but whatever. And so if I abruptly stop talking, that's probably what I'm going to do. So, but I said I'd stream, so here we are. Maybe I'll feel better by the end of it. I'm supposed to go to work later, but if I can't get off the toilet in any facet, then I probably won't be going in tonight. Just because when it's like this, I don't call off very often, hardly ever, but whenever it's like this, man, if it's never fun when you're trying to go to work. And for the job I do, it's kind of hard to. I don't work in an office or anything like that, so it's kind of hard for me to do work and. Sorry, I'm waking up still. Do work and and trying not to vomit down the front of myself. So, but fun stuff. Enough about that for this morning. How's everyone doing? I'm doing all right. I know I started the show a little bit earlier than I said initially, but whatever. Welcome to the first episode of Morning Madness. I haven't decided on if I want to call it Morning Madness or if I want to call it like Sunrise with Segoy or something like that. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think, which would be the better option. As far as channel updates go, I am streaming currently to Kick, YouTube, and Odyssey. Rumble, to my knowledge, because it's linked to it's synced to my YouTube channel, but the stuff doesn't show up on Rumble, I think, until like after the show. So to everyone who's been on Rumble watching the VODs, I appreciate you and I see you. I'm gonna be changing something in the future. Like I didn't make a placeholder because like on Rumble you have to make like their dumb little placeholder video, like for the starting thing. So I don't know because I don't know if I can just do if I have to do something separate for Rumble or if I can, because Rumble's got that whole different stupid setup going. Like YouTube and Kick are probably the easiest for setting up a stream. Like you just literally, if you use like Streamlabs or OBS, something that's already like well integrated, you know what I mean? You just go on to OBS or Streamlabs and just hit go live and it automatically kicks it up on YouTube and Kick. Odyssey, you have to like make a new stream tab, like a video, and then wait for that to confirm and upload, and then you can start doing it under a new tab. That's why, like, on occasion, like, I won't, like, something will go wrong and I didn't check it before I started the show and it didn't confirm it, so it's like streaming again under an older video title. Rumble, you have to have like their dumb little placeholder video, and then once you do their placeholder video, then you have to then you can stream after so long. But Rumble, I like Rumble out of all the streaming platforms. My personal favorites are Odyssey and Rumble, because you can talk about pretty much whatever. You can say what you want. You can talk about all kinds of stuff. I like YouTube because of its reach, but it's YouTube, and YouTube doesn't really like to boost streaming that much on the platform. They YouTube's better for something like videos, obviously, or they've also been pushing like the shorts thing on YouTube, which are like, the TikTok aspect of YouTube. They've been pushing that hard as shit. And if you want to see exceptional channel growth, like it's recommended that you get into doing that, and it does help. It does bring a lot of people to the channel. I have yet to do that. I'm getting editing software sometime this week, and I'm gonna start making videos. I already have a couple of ideas in the works of what I want to do. Um, so I'll do that primarily for YouTube, and of course I'll upload all that stuff to both Odyssey and Rumble. Kick's a streaming platform, so just the streams will be on Kick. That's like I primarily, YouTube's my number one, but like I also upload to all the other three. I multicast the three of them, and then I think my entire uh yeah my entire uh even my test stream for whatever reason is on Rumble. Um but my entire video library is on Rumble as well, including some of my test streams that I have done for some reason. Um, any public, testing that I've done. So now that I've talked enough and ranted about getting started, let's get into it. Oh, one more thing. I found out I am able to monetize. I've had some people ask me about that. There have been some people that have wanted to send in super chats, and because I do not have super chats enabled, I will be looking into that. I am not able to be monetized on YouTube, at least not yet. YouTube has the strictest level for monetization. You have to have 1,000 subs, and you have to have 1,000 subscribers. That's what you have to have. That's like absolutely required. But you also have to have, on top of that, either 10 million views in the last 90 days on shorts or 4,000 watch hours of videos over the last 365 days. Now, for those of you that watch the streams, I appreciate it. I really do. If you're not subscribe. I appreciate it. I'm doing this as a hobby, but if I can make money doing it too, cool. The more I'm able to do this, the less I will have to worry about working my insane job all the time. So, because if I can do this full time, I would absolutely love to, because I like doing this. This is fun. Um, so if you're not subscribe. That way I can do. That way I can start, building up YouTube and getting my reach, and but I'm gonna work on setting up, like, linking up the PayPal or whatever payment processor to it, because I found out, like, Rumble I'm completely allowed to, which I did not know. Apparently I've already met all of their requirements on Rumble, and I didn't even know, because like I said, for a while, like, Rumble, you had to have 25 subscribers on Rumble and then so many watch hours. So like I kind of put Rumble on the back burner, because you had to have 25 subscribers and so many watch hours to be able to live stream on Rumble. So I have hit the watch hour marker. I haven't hit the subscriber level marker, but I'm allowed to live stream on Rumble now. I just have to make their dumb little placeholder video. I didn't even know that, because like I said, my intent was to build up everything else, and then, have people, hey, go over and just drop us a like or a follow or whatever on the Rumble channel, so I can enable live streaming over there as well. But apparently I'm allowed to now, so I'm gonna set up the Rumble, and then Odyssey's, everything else is set up. So those will be like the 4 I go to. Some people ask why I don't like Twitch. Um Fun fact for everybody, I'm a free speech absolutist, okay? There will be topics covered on the show that might make some people uncomfortable. There will be things that are said that they might not like. All right, this is not a safe space. Never claimed that it was. Um your what you say and how you conduct yourself is on your own. My chat will never be moderated. I might put on slow mode if I'm trying to read shit. That way it's not flying at the speed of light and I can't read it. But there will never be moderators in my chat. Like if I start getting people that watch the stream all the time and they're always there, I might make them like a moderator status. That way they highlight better in the chat. You know what I mean? For myself, so I could see what they say. But there will never be moderation. You can say what you want. Just remember that what you say, you own it. So if you come on and start blasting slurs, well, and somebody challenges your viewpoint, well, that's on you. You know what I mean? Don't be fucking pissed if they come after you for it. And don't come after me for something somebody said, because I'm not going to police what people say. Even though I find them abhorrent, if some communist wants to come on the chat and starts spouting the works of Karl Marx, like I don't want to read that. I think he's an idiot. Homeless Santa drives me nuts, but I'm not gonna block you or ban you. Now the only rule I do have is don't spam. But if you spam, like if it's clearly like porn bots on YouTube, because those are like seeming to be a thing again. If it's like bots on YouTube or like crypto bots, those are getting the ban automatically because they're not people, they're robots. Skynet does not have human rights. So that shit will be gone. But like if you're like in the chat spamming something, like I might put you in like Spurg slow mode timeout just so you knock it off for a little bit. But I'm not gonna ban somebody. I don't care. You say what you want. It doesn't matter to me. And if you say something that gets you banned on YouTube, then that's your own fault. So everybody knows what YouTube's like. Rumble, Kick. I honestly don't know what Kick's TOS is. I haven't bothered to look. I know it's better than Twitch's because I know Twitch, they, you can say something is, but you can make an offhanded or off color remark, and next thing you know, your whole ass account's getting locked down, or hell, half of them you don't even have to say it. Somebody in your chat could spam something, and next thing you know, your whole fucking channel's going because of what one idiot said. I don't like that. That's why I don't stream on Twitch. Plus, Twitch is like Chatterbait light at this point. It's literally just it's bikini clad Omegle or Omegle, however you want to pronounce it. It's Chatterbait light. Aside from XQC, all the major streamers are all, titty streamers and hot tubs who riveting content. So that's why I like Kick. Better version of Twitch. For the most part. So, but enough with that. We've been going for about 15 minutes here, so that should have been enough time for people to trickle in. First thing I want to talk about this morning is we're starting off hot and fucking heavy. Let me pull up my screen capture. There we go. Right on. Sorry, chat. So, for you guys of you that don't know, this is as of yesterday, May 23rd at 12:34 p.m. The Fifth Circuit blocks Biden's pistol brace ban. So a preliminary injunction has been granted as to the plaintiff's case, as the court wrote. I'm going to explain this best is in I'm sorry guys. Like I said, I was up super I got woke up like super early, not feeling well. Best way I can put this in the most lamest terms possible. There was that ban was gonna hit on the 31st of May, Memorial Day weekend. Fitting, isn't it? That ban was, nothing says freedom and remembering the sacrifices made by U.S. service members over the years, more like a ban on something regarding the Second Amendment. Funny how that worked. Um, so basically, what this is they wanted to ban. See this thing here? That's a brace. They wanted to make the pistol brace an NFA item, meaning that you would have to pay a $200 tax stamp and register it. Blah 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 blah. So you could have it on your shorty, which is this. You had three options if the ban went through to not become a felon overnight, because that's what the U.S. government loves to do, is turn people into felons overnight. You could either you could one register it, which tax free. They mind you, this whole thing was about money, but then they say you could do it tax free. Okay, yeah, fuck off. I think something like 70,000 people actually like fell for it and registered. But here's the thing: it takes them 9 months to register a fucking suppressor. Because I was gonna get a suppressor for a rifle that I have, but it's gonna take them 9 months to fucking do it. But you expect me to believe that they're gonna register 40 million brand new forms in like the 6 months? Because this came out in January that they were gonna do this. You expect me to believe? No, because what was gonna happen is 90% of it was gonna be kicked back, and then now that they know who has them because they sent in the information, next thing you know, you're getting a knock on the door after your shit gets refused, and then they say, well, you're a felon anyways. That's what's going to happen, and will mark my words, that's what will happen. Even if they block this, even if this ban does go through, they'll do it. And even if it doesn't, I think people are still gonna get a knock at the door from the fucking ATF. uh so if you have one of these, I don't, not anymore. I sold mine long before this, uh because like as of January, you couldn't sell these without a transfer. I sold mine long before that. I had a I had a Roni kit that I have since gotten rid of. Um, I got rid of that like last summer. Um, I the reason why I shot my Glock more than I ever shot it in the kit. Like I just shot my Glock normally, like a normal handgun. So like it just was sitting in my space collecting, or sitting in my safe collecting space, so and collecting dust. So I just got rid of it. But uh, so you either register it, or you take the barrel out of it and you put in a longer 16-inch barrel. But what was weird too is on like their ATF document, they showed a rifle with the 16-inch barrel and said that's still an outlawed item. So it's like, no, it's not. The ATF can't even follow their own goddamn rules. And so you really expect them to, you know, adhere to it? It's a joke. And then your third option is to take the brace off the rifle, and you have to dispose of the brace. So they just said taking the brace. Originally, the director in Congress, like with their congressional oversight meeting, just said all you'd have to do is remove the brace. Well, now the ATF is trying to say, like on Twitter and shit, and then also in their own um litigate in their own posts on their website, they're trying to say that that's no longer uh good enough. They're trying to incite what they call constructive possession, meaning if you have this But then you have this, and even if they aren't connected, like even if you have no actual intention on ever putting those two back together, uh, they'll consider that a banned item, even though lawfully this is away and this is away, and they're two separate things. So, if you have one of these and you want to be relatively safe from it, take the brace off, and they say get rid of it, and then then you have to make it where you're not able to attach anything on the pistol that it now magically turns into a pistol. That you're not able to. I don't know how that's going to work on an AR pistol because the brace just slides over the buffer tube like a stock would. You can't get rid of the buffer tube on an AR. Like that's integral. That is essential to how the weapon works. So I don't know how you would, because they say you have to just you have to make it where it can no longer take the brace or the stock or whatever. I don't know how the fuck that works on an AR pistol, because unless you, I don't know, take some glue and fill in the notches on the buffer tube. But other than that, once that's off, you can't fucking do anything. It doesn't make any sense to me. It's not supposed to make sense. It's all arbitrary bullshit garbage to get the gullible and the ignorant entrapped, so the ATF can inflate their numbers and make them look good. That's all it is. That's all it is. It's control. Because shit like this is never, ever, hardly ever used in any kind of shooting outside of highly politicized, on the very rare occasion of an active shooter situation, which again happens in the media and on Twitter, makes you think like that shit happens all the time. It really doesn't. And to put it and everything's about perspective and quantitative data. There were 360 people last year killed with rifles of any variety, including something like this bolt action right here. I don't know what that is, a Remington 700 or something like that. I don't know what that is, Savage. But that includes this bolt action here. It also includes this one. Okay. As well as, because they'll classify this as an SBR, even though technically under the ATF's definition it's not. It's a pistol with a brace. But in the shooting data, they'll count this as a rifle to inflate their dumbass argument numbers. You see how it's all arbitrary and stupid. Starting to wake up on that, because that's how that works. Well, only 364 people died. Now that's 364 people too many, but you have to remember there are 33, or I'm sorry, 330 million people in the United States. 364 people were killed with a rifle. And that's not even and I'm sure, and that's not even, that's just murder. That's murder, but I can't remember if that has the suicide numbers inflated in with it either. But that's accidental deaths, or I know for sure it's accidental and intentional homicide. Um, and I know people are like, "Oh, it's the guns," but still, like 40 or 50,000 people died in car accidents last year. That's more than the entire amount of people that get shot of any variety ever. That's the in totality of the gun violence. So yeah, there's that. So it got blocked. We'll see how long it sticks. Um, they updated it. Yeah, so they need Congress to act before the June 1st deadline. It's possible Congress will actually pull a stick out of their ass and do it, but we don't. So for now, it's blocked, but that could literally change today. It's all just a fucking dog and pony show, anyways. Yeah, gun laws are fucking stupid. Um, Next thing we're gonna talk about, just because it's kind of current, DeSantis is from according to the New York Post. He is going to formally announce his 2024 run for presidential run on Twitter with Elon Musk. Now, some like smooth brains think Elon Musk is going to be his running mate. As funny as that would be to me, that's not the case. Elon's just hosting a Twitter space apparently tonight. Yeah, 6 p.m. Uh it'll take place at 6 p.m. tonight, I believe. Um and in 6 p.m. and then it's going to be hosted by Musk. I don't know how it's going to go. I Anybody's better than Joe Biden. Um I personally I hate Biden. I hate his presidency. He's been an absolute fucking unmitigated disaster. As far as Republicans go, I don't like most of the Republicans either because they're all feckless idiots. So you have the Democrats actively fucking everything up, and then you have the Republicans fucking it up, but at a more mitigated pace. But they're all the same. So Sandy here is gonna be doing his. I don't know who he's gonna pick for his running mate. I personally think it would be fucking hilarious to see Musk be his running mate. I think it'd be absolutely the people's heads would fucking explode. That them Krasentine brothers or Krasenstein brothers on Twitter. That one guy is like a turbo lib, and his head would fucking explode if he saw that. Literally be like that the rednecks from the Clayton Bigsby skit from Dave Chappelle, like when the truth hits them so fucking hard their head pops. I think he should do it. DeSantis, I think eventually DeSantis is going to back out, especially if Trump runs. Just because you have to hand it to Trump. Is Trump can make DeSantis look like a fucking idiot. Now, granted, DeSantis, I don't know every single one of his campaigns, or all of his points. I like him more than I dislike him. Everybody thinks he's getting into the weeds and getting bogged down because he's getting into that bitch fight with Disney. When you have a again, like on one hand, it's like it's kind of dumb, but on the other hand, it's like if you have a corporation that's actively flaunting state law because they think they're above it, yeah, I'd be fucking putting in legislation against them too. Now, granted, you could argue, well, that's targeted legislation, but that only works if it's against an individual. Well, people have deemed corporations to have rights as individuals, which is a stupid idea. It's a corporation. Corporations don't have rights, in my opinion. That's just, I know it's a very communist take, but that's just my opinion. Persifying corporations has been a disaster for our country. So, with that, I still think he might be the best or he might be, if Trump didn't run, he's the best option. DeSantis, in my opinion. Um, Again, I don't know if his. Sorry, guys. I don't know if all of his ins and outs as a candidate. Like I said, but from what I know from a passing glance, I like more of his stuff than I dislike it. Okay. Next. So, I was talking with some friends last night about Disney. And part of the reason why Disney's failing, I think it's their biggest reason, is their price anymore. Like they opened up that Gucci ass, Star Cruiser hotel Okay, it opened March 1st. Uh, what happened? This they had this man child. Was it a woman? I don't know. It was either a man. I don't know. They had this perpetual fucking child. Like, I get it. If you like, if you have a hobby, if you like, and again, I like to game. I like anime. There are like some things that I like, and I like Star Wars. But I'm not one of the. This fucking Star Wars hotel would cost four 4,800 for a couple, or up to 6,000 for a family of four. Uh, and then there's like the tricked out suite, $20,000 for 2 nights. Are you who the fuck has that kind of cheddar besides the ultra rich? Nobody. And this is what you get for 20K for 2 nights. I better have Natalie Portman there offering that ass up ready to go. I better have Daisy Ridley or Natalie Portman, or hell, even if you're into it, Hayden Christensen, face down, ass up, ready to rock for 20 fucking K. For this is like one of those Bugman apartments you see in like fucking Japan or China, where they have like, a whopping, this is like their totality of their house. Are you fucking kidding me? And this person's sitting on a bunk to make it look bigger. Like, I would assume this is probably the family of four suite. So you have like the main open bed here that's like for the parents, and then you have like the bunks for the kids, and they're not even like segmented. Like maybe you got the the mom and dad suite because you guys wanted to get freaky as like Boba Fett and Leia cosplay, but then your kids are like on the bunk right next to you, and because there's no privacy because it's a fucking pod. It's just, that's wild to me. So the article is the Disney blogger who gushed about the Star Wars hotel would not have paid to stay there. Fucking rip the dream. Yeah, Benet Wilson. All right, yes, this chick. Yeah, she's like, she stayed there free of charge, and she's like, no, I wouldn't. And it's like, to me, people can enjoy what they want, but I'm sorry, when one of your highlights is going to Disney to stay in a overpriced Star Wars hotel, it goes past kid at heart. This is like an infantilization of the populace, and I know I'm gonna catch some heat for that, but it's true because you see it all the time. It's kind of sad because you have some people that's like their crowning achievement. Um, I've also noticed too, as of late, there's like a lot of TikTokers and people that do like Star Wars content. Now, I don't have a TikTok, but like the shit bleeds over onto Twitter a lot and Instagram and Facebook. But like you have people like dressed up like skanky, like she's dressed up like there's this one girl that dresses up like Darth Vader, but it's practically like she wears the helmet, a cape, and then like the little dial chest plate, and then like a thong with thigh highs, and it's like you're walking around a child, like essentially a kid's theme park, because that's what Disney's for. It's a family theme park. You know what I mean? That's what it's for. And I'm like, and you're walking around dressed up like stripper vampire or like stripper Darth Vader, walking around. It's a kids theme park. Like, come on, like, calm down, please. You can you could pack the ass away, honey, for a little bit, and like you want to go to Disney and have fun and be like a couple and go do something at Disney. That's cool, but I'm sorry, you don't need to dress like that at Disney. It's you see like people walking around like their 5 year, people are like moving their 5 year olds away, and they're like, oh well, there's nothing inherently sexual about it. It's like, no, there's a time and place for everything. It's like, come on. But yeah, this Walt Disney tersely referred to the Galactic Star Cruise, while Disney tersely referred to the Galactic Star Cruise's demise as a business decision. It, it's the out of the world rates, and this is like the downfall of Disney from every aspect, because like even stuff like alcoholic drinks and just general drinks at Disney, they're $11 to $23. Like it says right here in the article, the price of going to Disney World. I have never been to Disney World, but from friends that I've known and family I've known that's gone of late, the price and cost of Disney is astronomical to go, to the point where a lot of people can't afford it. Like if she like it says here, if guests want a photo memento to remember their stay, a photographer on site is a $99 minimum. And they probably only give you like one or two shitty pictures that they took just hastily, and that's what you get. But for $100. That's part of the reason why Disney's failing. The park is because of how expensive it is. But unfortunately, you have these you know, Coomer consumers that just the perpetually infantile, just playing into this shit and paying for it more and more and more, and it's like, and they wonder why the shit you can't go to Disney World, like a normal family can't afford it anymore, because you have these idiots that'll pay $4,800 to stay in the pod, and they wonder why people don't go to Disney and why they shut the shit down. And it's like, well, if you can't afford it, what do you do? So Disney, of course, now is trying to spin it and saying it's like, oh, it's their ongoing litigation with DeSantis, because they were flaunting his uh authority as governor or whatever. They're trying to say that that's like why Disney's having hard times and why they're laying off employees. And I'm like, they were laying off employees before all that shit started with DeSantis, with litigation and the lawfare. They're hemorrhaging money left and right because you know the cost of a cheeseburger at Disney World is like $40. Like, that's part of the reason why I've never gone to Disney. As much as I like kind of have wanted to go, um, that's why I haven't, because of how expensive it is. You can't do anything. So that's the first hour or so of the show. Sorry, guys. Like I said, I've been up since like off and on this morning. I haven't felt good. So I think I'm not calling the show yet. Don't worry. I think maybe we'll play a little bit of Fallout or something this morning, and we can just chat about whatever while I got Fallout spinning up. I think I got my audio correct, because I was having that issue on the cast on Saturday where like audio was cutting in and out. So I think I got that fixed now. So I want to say it's good to go now. We'll it's still not showing up. I don't know what it is with this scene. Here, I'll just switch over to the other one. And there we go. we'll do that instead. Magically there. See, now it works. I don't know why it does that, man. That's some annoying shit. So I am gonna turn down the game volume a little bit, because I want to be able to hear myself think this morning. So uh-oh. We got two guys over here. What do they want? He's cooking. So yeah, I'm running around with Preston right now.
Long time.
And
I know what I'm talking about here.
Bullshit. You can't just put something between two pieces of bread and claim it's a sandwich. Does that mean a loaf of bread is technically a bread sandwich?
Technically, yes, but you wouldn't eat it all at once like that, so it doesn't matter. How you hold it matters.
Talk all you want, man. You put that piece of my alert meat between two pieces of bread, but it still ain't a sandwich.
Hey there.
Huh? Disgusting.
Huh?
That's what.
I forgot about that random encounter. The guys arguing about what makes a sandwich a sandwich. So I'm running around with Preston as of late. I've been in the process of building up the Minutemen. So far all I have is 10 Pines, the Red Rocket Truck Stop, Sanctuary. I have the Mechanist layer, but I haven't done anything with it yet. I'm on my way to go to Starlight Drive-In to clear that out and build it up. And then from there, I think I have like the Finch Farm mission. Yeah. Starlight Drive-In. Why don't I have any of my HUD? Do I have to get out? I swear, sometimes Fallout, man. There it is. You go into the menu and pop it back out, next thing you know, it just completely craps the bed. Rip the dream there, Mr. Bloatfly. Yeah, I as far as any games coming out, I don't game as much as I used to. I really don't. Like, generally the only times I ever stream anymore, or game is like when I'm on stream. I don't have the time. Jesus, dude, you just fragged that mole rat. He dropped that mole rat. Garvey ain't messing around at all. No, it's not all of them, buddy. There's still one more. Where you at? Test. You don't even have to aim with the Tesla rifle. You just have to like point in its general direction and it'll die. I don't like, but like I said, I don't game as much as I used to. Mostly on the weekends or mostly on the weekends or when I'm doing my stream is when I'll game. Typically other times I don't as much anymore. I work and I'm always pretty busy with that. So but I still like to try to make time. It's, you know, something I like to do. I know some people are saying, oh, you know, you're an adult and you play games, like, you're as bad as the Star Wars losers that, you know, pay $5,000 to go to a Star Wars hotel. And I'm like, not really, because, like, again, anything in moderation. Like, you know, I'm fairly right-wing, but I think Matt Walsh is a fucking idiot when it comes to when it comes to certain issues. Like, he went on like that tirade on Twitter a couple weeks ago about, or was it? I want to say it was a couple weeks ago, but I'm pretty sure it was like just last week, where he went on that tirade against anime on Twitter, saying it was like the devil's work or whatever. And it's like, dude, it's like, I'm sorry, but the whole devil shit, it's like, that gave me the same cringe vibes as the Satanic Panic from the fucking 80s with Tipper Gore talking about metal music. And it's stupid. And the only reason why, like, something like Satanic Panic got as bad as it did during that time frame was because the politicians made it out to make as bad as it was. And of course, the more the rock stars at the time, you know, like Ozzy or Alice Cooper or Dee Snider, the more they, like, flipped out about how bad it was, the more the rock stars played into it, made it worse. Which is why we have the, what is it, the music ranking thing, the music rating system. I forget what it's called, but that's why we have that, is because of Tipper Gore. And it's like the same thing with the video games. Like, you know, when you have some wily ass fuckers shoot up a school, they never look at, like, why the person did it. They, you know, they don't. There are actual causes that could be fixed. That are the real reasons why some people would do something like that. But they never look at that. You know what I mean? That never crosses their mind. The left wing nut jobs, they blame guns. The right wingers blame video games. And even some of the left wingers, like with Jack Thompson back in the day, where he was blaming Grand Theft Auto. He also blamed, like, Doom for people shooting up. Like, they blamed Doom, I think, if I remember correctly, for the Columbine massacre. And it's like, guys, that's, like, no. It's, like, clearly not. But they still blamed, you know, the creators of Doom for it, which was just asinine. And they do the same now for other stuff. So it just, it is what it is. You know what I mean? You're not gonna convince them. But like I said, Matt Walsh, going back on topic, Matt Walsh was on his, like, dumbass tirade against anime the other night, saying it was like the devil's work, it was satanic, blah 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 blah. And it's like, he doesn't know what he's talking about. Like, there's a few things that he mentions and talks about that he definitely knows a thing or two, but it's like, dude, just shut up. It's like, if you're mad about anime taking over and people in the West watching it, maybe the West should stop making dog shit entertainment, and more people would want to watch it. Very little anime is woke. Very little of it. So more people want to watch anime because it doesn't have some kind of, and not even woke. Like, nobody wants to watch it with, like, a constant political message. And people are like, oh, well, there's anime that has that. And I'm like, no, not really. I'm like, watching something like Legend of the Galactic Heroes, where it has, like, political strife in the show, but it takes place, like, 5,000 years in the future in space, is entirely different than, you know, watching Cyberpunk Edge Runners and then randomly David just blurts out Black Lives Matter. Like, shit that's forced in, like, ham-fisted into the show that has no place even in the universe. It is a fucking concept. That's what I'm talking about. And when I say people are sick of that, a lot of people are. Tired of the constant being told that this is what's going to happen, this is how it's going to be. And You wonder why people buck that system a lot. Well, that's why. When they're told over and over again that that's what they have to have, eventually you're going to lose people on that. I wish there was a way to clean the skeleton up here. Oh, you know when I smell it. Give me literally 2 seconds, chat. I'm gonna go get myself my coffee. I can smell it. I made my coffee a little bit before the show started, and it's been on the warmer, and I can smell it. So I'll be back in a minute. Alright, sorry about that, guys. I had to go get myself coffee. So, but no, going back to Disney, like, I don't hate Disney as a company. You know, I think they've done a lot of net good over the years, especially for bringing kids. You know, like, their whole original message is, oh, you know, the magical place on Earth, like, be, you know, a fun place for kids to go. You know, that was their whole. And it's sad to see the company start having hard times financially because of their stupid decisions. Stupid. My cat feels the need to jump up on my printer and up on my shelf. It drives me nuts, and he keeps doing it. Even though 900 times I pull him down out of there, he just keeps doing it. Nestor, if you knock off my printer off that counter again, I will take you to the Chinese place across the street. I swear to God, cat. I've had just about enough of your shit. Fucking stupid animal. I love him, but he's dumb. No, I see you. Go away. Go sit over on the couch like a good boy, like you're supposed to do. No, he's such a nuisance. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, I hear you. Now he's demanding pets. Why are you so needy? You know, you literally didn't want anything to do with me all morning, and now magically you're up my ass. Why is it? It's not my cat. My fiance and I, when I met her, when we were dating, she ended up getting a cat. Like, God, it wasn't too long after we started dating. I want to say it was like a year. He's like a year old. He's like 3 years old. Because we've been together 4 years. So no, he's 2. So no, he's just turned 3. So it was like a year after we started dating that she got the cat. And he's a good cat. He just gets in everything. Yeah, I'm cheating. I'm giving myself materials. Sue me. I don't care. This is like my 12th playthrough of Fallout. And I just want to do what I want to do and not worry about anything else. I will be going to Diamond City at some point to drop all this extra stuff off, though. Put down my floors because you can't just... A couple turrets there to guard some stuff. But like I was saying, I think it's sad that Disney's going on hard times. I'd like to see them succeed, but like they gotta stop doing like weird sex. Like they gotta stop doing weird shit, and they gotta be. And the biggest thing, they have to be more affordable. Like I understand they're a company and they want to make money, but you gotta like I don't know if like they're shifting away from the family market, because like to be honest, the only people that are going to afford that $6,000 regularly anymore The only people that are gonna afford that $6,000 a night stay in fucking the Star Wars pod are like childless, well-off people. Most families, I don't think, would be able to afford that. There it goes. I could have sworn I had all of them plugged in. Now they are. Yay. Yeah, I think it would be better to see Disney succeed than fail, but sometimes you gotta let something fail for them to truly realize the error of their ways. Well, because the average dude, the average family doesn't care about that woke shit. You know what I mean? That's childless liberals typically care. Not exactly the prime demographic that Disney should be targeting, but you know, whatever. Eventually they'll learn. Think I got enough turns, chat. There's bunkhouse 1. Sorry about that. I was taking a sip of my coffee. But yeah, it's I still wish to see them succeed. I hope they do, and I hope it works out for them. You know, the correct course. Huh. What do you guys think I should do next? You think I should build like... So like how I like to do my settlements is... Oh, hey, look, we finally got somebody to show up. Oh, I'm putting you to work in the field, buddy. Where's the food at? Do I have any food? Oh, you're lucky for now. Actually. No, well, you know what? No. Yeah, I got a better idea. You're gonna be the doctor. Just the whole premise of some random dude walks up out of the nowhere. He's like, "Hey, man. Hey, wait. Hey, smooth skin. Hey, wastelander." And it's like, "Hey, do you know how to do a doctor? Do you know how to be a doctor?" And he's like, "No." I'm like, "Good. You're the doctor now." Like, and then they have like the plastic surgery like thing for for your character customization. Like, the whole premise of it to me is wild, that like this is the post-apocalypse. It's 200 years after a nuclear Armageddon, and some guy's like, "Oh, I need a rhinoplasty. Can you please make my nose not as big and burnt and bulbous because I have taken an unbelievable amount of radiation out in the middle of the wasteland, and I want to look pretty." It absolutely wild to me. The premise, some of the premise of Fallout, some of the stuff in Fallout's absolutely funny to me. I'd like, like, there's like a lot of meta commentary about society in these games. I'd like to think humanity would probably be better off 200 years after an apocalypse than what Fallout dictates we would be at. I like to think we'd be better off, but you never know. It'd be interesting, that's for sure. I mean, I'm not obviously like wishing for full-on nuclear Armageddon. Excuse me. Sorry, sorry guys. My stomach's starting to rumble again, so I'll probably be running to go to the bathroom here in a minute. That's what I was doing when I was getting a sip of my coffee. I was going to the bathroom. My stomach's been on fire. Like I said, food poisoning is great. I have some people asking like, "Oh, why didn't you just not do the show this morning?" Because I hate saying I'm gonna do something, and then like you flake at the last minute. I hate that. If I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna try and do it. Now obviously that's not always the case. That's not always the case. Like, I get it. I want these. Okay. There we go. I'm gonna put the bar right next to the general store, right next to the clinic, right next to the clothing. Over here is gonna be the weapons. I actually had a settlement where like I made one of like the unique guys. I made him the doctor, and I made him the gun merchant, and it's like selling guns and guns and medicine. Isn't that like a confliction of isn't that a conflict of interest? Oh, I love this game. Okay, my open air shantytown market is ready to go. I just need to get settlers in here to start buying, making them merchants. But back to what I was saying, I hate saying I'm gonna do something and then not do it. So, like, I'm one of those people like I try not to flake out ever on friends, because obviously going out and hanging out with friends is fun and whatever. And like, I don't get to do it very often because we're all adults and work, so it's hard to always get together with them to do stuff. But even just in anything, if I tell somebody I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. Like, even if like something else comes up and I actually don't want to do it like at all, I just try to be proper about it. It's the proper thing to do. So even if I wanted to, like, I'm feeling like, honestly, I feel like absolute dog water. I feel like ass. Like, I'll probably, I haven't decided if I want to go into work yet or not. Because of how bad I feel. I don't like calling off from work, but when I feel like this, I feel like shit. I just wanted to get on and do a little bit of a show, and I've gone for about an hour and a half. And like I said, I just wanted to start doing these morning shows. I didn't have a whole lot planned. But starting now on Wednesdays, I will be doing these morning shows. Typically on Wednesday, maybe I'll do them on like a different day if something comes up. But and these morning shows are going to be a little bit shorter than the normal content, just because like these morning shows are going to be a little bit shorter. Now, if I go for hours, maybe, but typically speaking, they'll probably only be like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. They're not going to be super long. It's just kind of like a talk about whatever, maybe brush up on a few things, give some notifications for the channel. I'm working on putting together a Discord server. I know, Discord. But once that's ready to go, I'll start posting links for it in the chat as well. And we'll go from there with the Discord. I think I'll make one more structure and then I'll wrap up the show. Because I'm gonna go lay down for a little bit. I'm gonna try and get rid of the headache and the sicky, nasty feeling. I'm gonna try and go to work later. I don't know what gave me what made me have the food, because I broke down and got, like, not literally broke down. I decided to go get McDonald's last night, and I, like, on my lunch break for work, I didn't pack a lunch. I know, shame on me. I'm a bad boy for that. And I went and got, you know, I don't know if it was this. I'm pretty sure it was that, because that's the only thing I ate last night was the McDonald's. However, I got 2 sandwiches, and one I ate one last night because I thought I wanted both, but I only ended up eating the one. But I got home last night around midnight, and I ate the second sandwich, and it was different than the first one. And I woke up around 4 and started having issues with my stomach, and I've been up since about 5, just being sicky and feeling like crap. Like, I sound like I'm just tired right now. Like, I'm really just, that's it. I'm scared to really eat anything, because if I do, you know, it's gonna start again. But I think I'm gonna do this, finish up this building, decorate it a little bit. I think I'm gonna wrap up the show and yeah, sorry guys, I'm just kind of, I'm already like running out of steam. I'm tired and I don't feel well. Ugh. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. I'm back, chat. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not feeling the greatest. I was just in there hurling. I think I'm gonna call it. I think I'm gonna call it a day for the show now. Again, I'm sorry. I wish I was not feeling as shitty as I am right now. So I will, before I hop out of here, I am supposed to stream Saturday at 6. I have a obligation with family going on. I don't know if I'll be home in time to do the show at 6. At least not yet. If I'm home early enough, I'll do the show at 6. If I'm not home enough, being that it's Memorial Day weekend, don't know if I'll do the show late on Saturday or if maybe I'll just do the show on Sunday instead. Because instead of Sugoi Cast on Saturday, we'll do like Subarashi Sunday or something like that. I don't know. But I don't want to start the show late. If I don't make my start time for the show at 6, I just don't want to do that. Because I hate you want to be consistent with your streaming schedule, and I keep setting shit aside, but then I have people asking me to do shit all the time. So, and I don't mind helping out, but it's like I'm trying to be consistent with my stuff. So, that's probably it for me for today. Thank you guys for coming out this morning. Sorry it wasn't. I'll have something better next week. It was just kind of like a handful of topics and stuff, but I don't feel as good. So I appreciate you guys for coming out. Thank you for the well wishes. I will see you guys later.